Hey everybody! So it is over. PAX is finally over. I'm both very disappointed about that because PAX is like one of the greatest things I do every year, and I'm also kind of happy about it because I don't know if I can walk anymore. Like everything in me is just broken right now. I fell asleep watching TV earlier. Like I'm done with PAX. It could go on for 5 days. I can only do three. Three is my maximum. Anyway, day three. Here is what we saw. All right, for those of you that are familiar with Cluster Truck, that probably is what you think you're playing right now, some weird version of Cluster Truck. But no, you're actually playing a really fun game called What the Golf. First level in this game, at least in the demo we played, standard golf game. You hit a ball into a hole right here. And the second one, you hit you into a hole. The third one, you hit the golf club into the hole. And then the fourth one, you hit 400 golf clubs into a hole. It's literally like their tagline for this game is it's a golf game for people who hate golf, which I am firmly in that camp. I do not like golf. But this game was super fun. It was goofy. There was a super hot level. There was a portal level. Like, it's just wacky and goofy. It's coming out in PC in early 2009. If you want just kind of a... See, there's the super hot level. If you want just kind of a goofy, wacky game, What the Golf is for you. What you are looking at here is Joggernauts. I will be completely forthcoming and tell you that me and my brother and Dylan's wife played this game, and I don't know if we got past the first 15 seconds of it. We were absolutely terrible at it. The idea is that there's a bunch of you walking, and you have to switch who's in the lead in order to get through these obstacles. So you can see, like here, let's see. Then green had to pull forward and to get over things. It's a super simple concept. The one in the lead always has to be the color of the obstacle in front of you. And you watch people play it, and you're like, oh, that looks pretty easy. Like, I don't understand why these people are dying so much. And then you play it, and if you're like me, you're absolutely garbage at it. But it's a really fun idea. It's perfect for the Switch, which is one of the two platforms it's coming out with, along with the PC. I think that with some practice, I probably could have gotten better at it, but man, as it stood, it was not going to be happening for me. So take a look at this. If you're into like especially like couch co-op-y, this is up to 4-player kind of games, it'd probably be great. Depending on when it comes out, we might try this at Extra Life. It's definitely that kind of game where you're just sitting on a couch and, getting pissed off at everyone you're playing with. Coming out soon, maybe even this year, on the PC and Switch. All right, what we are seeing here is Jelly Break. That's jelly with a G. Jelly. Maybe it's Gelly. I don't know. It's that GIF argument you've got always. It's a really fun game. Probably, I'm not sure it has to be played co-op, but it definitely would benefit from it. So you each play one of those little squishy critters there. Like you can see, one can jump on the other one. Top of the other one become a gun. It does have a color mechanic where you can only hop on a platform if the green one's on the bottom, like they're saying, where you have to switch back and forth. Like the plus side, it was really fun. It had a great feel to it. It's co-op games are always good. Having more co-op games is never a bad thing. The graphics were a little lo-fi even for the Switch, so definitely not. It's not done yet. It is still in development. It's coming out soon for the Switch, I believe this year. And so maybe there's a little time left to polish those graphics up a little bit, and I think this could be a really fun game for like parents and kids. It didn't seem to be super difficult. I played it with my kid; he did great. Or a partner if they're maybe not a super gamer, but you want to play something co-op. This could fit the bill. It is called Jelly Break. Jelly Break. G Jelly with a G. Anyway, coming out soon. So if you actually go look at the logo for this game, it really looks like it's called Ape Shit. It's got like a $ for the S, but I guess they're just going to call it Ape Hit. And it's the only VR game actually that I played at PAX, and it's incredible. You are an operator of a giant crane, and you are smashing down buildings, but not those ones, because those buildings are not the ones you're getting paid to knock down. It's these Jenga-style buildings here. It's got cool power-ups. Some of the buildings are full of like explosive propane tanks that'll blow up like that. There are like special wrecking balls that just do tons and tons of damage. It's a very, very simple game. It's available right now on Steam. They're working on getting it onto some of the other VR platforms. Obviously, it'll work if you have a Rift or an Oculus, but right now it's only available in the Steam store. But they're talking to some other folk. It's actually made by a guy who was is literally going to school to do this. So he was at one of a lot of schools present there, and he was literally at their booth. They actually built this giant custom controller. So instead of using like an Xbox controller, which is what you do if you were playing it in just regular VR mode, they had someone who like 3D printed this giant controller so you could actually control it like a real crane. It was very, very, very cool. So you can see right here, it's on sale right now for a little over $5. It's normally only $8. Definitely look into getting this if you're into just like a fun VR game that you're going to, throw a little time at here and there. It's nothing huge, it's nothing super serious, but it's just like that visceral, fun VR game that you kind of go like, oh yeah, this is the reason I have a VR headset. Okay, so like I said, I don't like golf, but I like golf video games. This is Party Golf. Up to 8 players can play this at the same time. It's just 100% a couch co-op golf game where all sorts of wackiness ensues. Sometimes you can go through walls. Sometimes, there's explosions. Sometimes there's all sorts of crazy things. Up to 8 players. Out now on the PS4, Steam, and the Switch, but also coming soon to the Xbox. It's just another one of those, hey, God, there's over 100 levels. Hey, I want to sit on the couch with friends and do some, wacky golf antics. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like it's that kind of game that the experience is going to be what you put into it and what your friends want to put into it, knocking each other out and getting there before everyone else. It's wacky, but it's definitely, there's a place for this kind of game. And that kind of game is you and a bunch of buddies on a Switch, or you and a bunch of buddies on, your couch playing on a PC. So take a look at Golf Party. It's out now. You can pick it up on Steam for $15. I bet you it's probably roughly the same price on all the other platforms. So give Golf Party a look. All right, last game we're going to talk about is Children of Morta. And I will be completely honest in saying that I'm going to go into this review just purely based on what this game looks like and what this game feels like. I played it at PAX. It was probably not a great game to be demoing at an event where there wasn't anyone standing next to me telling me how to play it. I had no idea what was going on. All I know is that, first of all, it looks like this. It was outstandingly gorgeous. And that the combat feels really good. I played as a guy with swords, and it was really interesting because it was like a dual stick kind of like, it felt like a dual stick shooter, but I was a sword guy. So like you just kind of like move with one stick and press into the other ones with your sword, and it would just kind of swing. But you also had some power-ups. The problem with it is I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. So I could cooperate because I was playing it co-op. I didn't do any love. I did not see a giant, is that a cockatrice? Anyway, I didn't see any of those things. I mostly just died a lot. But I think that there's a really, really cool game in here. I just didn't understand what it was. So coming out soon on Steam, you can wishlist it now. Coming out probably before the end of the year, apparently. I think there's a really cool game there. I'm just not quite sure what it is yet. So keep your eye on Children of Morta if you like that kind of pixel art aesthetic. Cool fighting. Looks like there's a really good story involved too. So if that's kind of your jam, this game is probably for you. But I say that with the caveat of like, I didn't really understand what I was doing. So keep an eye out for it. All right, that is another PAX kind of in the can, as they say. I really hope you've enjoyed these videos. I have had a great time making them. It was really good for me to kind of go back through these games and kind of re-solidify them in my head. Gives me an idea what to keep an eye out for. When you go to PAX, you tend to just get kind of overwhelmed by, oh my God, I played 15 games today, and what's happening? So this is really good for me. Like I said, hopefully it was good for you. I think tomorrow we're actually going to be recording an episode of the podcast, just Dylan and I, because Adam's out of town. We'll probably talk more PAX stuff then, and we'll probably talk some other stuff. But like I said, if this is something you've enjoyed, let me know. I had a great time making it. Catch our podcast, bytemepodcast.com, and have a great day, and I can't wait for PAX 2019.